And I graduated from Sherwood in 1968. Sherwood has been the only school I've been to, K through 12. We grew up in the era of segregation, even though I started out with segregation here in this community. By the time we graduated from high school, it was very integrated and everybody really got along and did well. And when we have class reunions, people, at least for me and I think with some of my other friends, we tended to forget that element until when people would bring their elementary pictures to share on the board, there would be people here that, because the Sandy Spring Elementary School was black, and so some of our black friends that we graduated with went to that school. And Sherwood Elementary started getting integrated on a limited basis when I was in 2nd grade, and then Sandy Spring Elementary closed down for good when I was in 6th grade. Some of my very good friends in high school were black girls, and some I cheered with, some had been in my class for a long time. So I guess you kind of forget that element that we were back so young, separated. In this community, you know, we kind of think, wow, in this day and age here, how could that happen? You know, that only happened, quote, in the South. And yet it did happen here in Montgomery County. So that's kind of a unique legacy, good, bad, or indifferent, that we have that with our class, that we started out segregated, but we ended up being together. Sherwood took up a big geographic area. We went all the way up to Monkester Mill Road, halfway, and then the other half was Gaithersburg. So we went that far up. We went all the way to Burtonsville because my husband was from Burtonsville. His 2 younger siblings went to Paint Branch when it was built, but he and his sister went to Sherwood. And so it was a very huge geographic area that we took. We were always considered the school way out in the boondocks with all the cow pastures, and schools like Wheaton and Gaithersburg and Blair were all in a populated area, and they would say, how far do we have to go to get to you? So we were always kind of known as the country school. Rock and roll hadn't started yet. I miss that. But I had cousins that were in the very beginning ones that we went to in the boys' gym, and it was so totally different than what it is now. It was more like a radio show with talk and dialogue in between songs.
There have been over 180 clubs and activities at Sherwood over the years, such as the 1939 Band, 1939 Future Farmers of America, the 1933 Commercial Club, the 1933 Dramatic Club, the 1941 Newspaper Club, the 1941 Student Council, the Archery Club, the Badminton Club, the Safety Club, the 1961 Library Club, the 1961 Madrigals, the 1961 Radiocast Club, the 1981 American Field Service Club. Many drama productions, such as Dracula, featuring Sean Whalen, who has gone on to a career as a professional actor. The 1947 Cheerleaders. The 1955 Cheerleaders. And from the 60s, the Folk Club. For the last 35 years, a very popular activity has been the annual Rock and Roll Revival, involving a large percentage of the student body and packing the theater with community members who return annually to enjoy the students' performances. Local alumni still gather once a year for a luncheon to remember their old friends and the wonderful times they had at Sherwood High School.
I just think it's an innate feeling of genuine pride and love for the school. I said I just had such a wonderful experience here, and I was glad for my children to be able to come through. That it's a wonderful, unique community that I think in this day and age is diminishing just because of the sheer numbers and population and the way things have changed. You know, that's just the way life is. But I still look at Sherwood as such an important part of my growing up that I'll always be connected to it. Whether I have any other kids or grandkids or whatever going here or not, I still will always be connected to it. It's my school. And I guess that's how I see it, and it always will be.